Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do a big unhaul because I'm currently moving and I decided to get rid of some books. I needed more space on my shelves anyway, so a move is always a great time to make some difficult choices. I'm sorry if my lips look a little bit weird. I'm very allergic to dust and so moving is a hard time for me. I just put a ton of cream on so they don't crack and yeah, it just looks a little bit funny, I know. So let's get into the books. First of all, I decided to unhaul two series, and this one does pain me a little bit because I did enjoy these books, but let's be honest, I'm never gonna reread these. So I'm gonna unhaul The Wrath and the Dawn and The Rose and the Dagger. Yeah, this is just a YA series that is kind of inspired by 1001 Nights and it's a little bit old now. I had fun with it, but it can leave. And then I decided to unhaul the whole Shatter Me series. This is all the books and the novellas. I think there is one more novella that came out that I didn't even read because I couldn't care less anymore. I did enjoy the first trilogy, but I think the second trilogy just ended in a weird place, and when I look at these books on my shelves, I don't feel anything. The only thing that I can say for this is that they're amazing for readathons because they're such fast reads. But yeah, this can totally go to someone else. So next up we're gonna do hardcovers that I won't keep, and the first one is Matilda by Leonard Frank. I just recently read this and I got this from a little free library and I will bring it back to one. Then we have this book, Something with Crow Mountain is the English title, by Lucy Inglis. I enjoyed this when I read it, but I will never read it again. Then we have the infamous A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I think I will try to sell this one, we'll see, but I really don't need to keep this. Then we have The Philosophy in the Bedroom by Marquis de Sade. This one I also recently read and I am now unhauling. This book was a gift. It's called Grimm by Sibylle Berg and I didn't really enjoy this too much, so I will try to sell it as well because it is quite a fancy book. And then we have two books that pain me a little bit, but I just don't love them enough to keep them. And the first one is The Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker. I enjoyed this and I love the cover, but yeah, I don't really need this anymore. And the other one I really loved, but I also don't think I will ever reread it, and that is In Order to Live by Yeonmi Park. So yeah, unfortunately this needs to go. And lastly we have The Night Film by Marisha Pestle. I also really enjoyed this, but I also got it from a little free library and so it will go back to one. Now we get into the paperbacks, and the first one is The Mysteries of Udolpho by Anne Radcliffe. The Dust. And this one I liked, but I would never reread it. It's very, very long and a classic, so I don't think I need it anymore. Then we have A Middlemarch by George Eliot. Pretty much the same story. It was fine, I enjoyed it, but it's so super long. And then we have Furiously Happy by Jenny Lawson. This was just fine. I don't need it anymore. 1984 by George Orwell. I always kept this because, yeah, pretentious, but I don't really like this book, so why should I keep it? Then we have this German nonfiction about Albert Speer. Yeah, this can go. I'm also gonna unhaul Normal People by Sally Rooney. I enjoyed this, but it's also a book I will never ever reread. Then we have Wild Woman and the Blues by Danny S. Price. This is one of my most disappointing books of the year, just because I wanted to love it so much and it was just fine, so I think I'm gonna let it go. A German classic, Die Traumnovelle. I think it's Austrian, to be honest. Arthur Schnitzler. This is the book that the movie, what's it called? With Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise, whatever it's called, that movie is based on. I will edit it in probably. Then we have two short story collections that were all the rage. We have Slasher Girls and Monster Boys, and we have My True Love Gave to Me. This is a Christmas one and this is a Halloween one, and they were fine, I enjoyed them, but I will not reread those. And finally we have another classic. This is Camilla, and yeah, this was fun, but also not that great. I don't know. It's cute though. And then I have 2 books that I bought in a library sale and then realized they're not the first books in the series. This is one of the Ken Follett Pillars of the Earth books, but I think this is the one set in one of the World Wars. So I'm just gonna put this in a little free library. And same with this one. This is, I think, the second book in this series by Tana French. Don't really know the English title, but yeah, I also haven't read the first one, so I will put this in a little free library. Lastly, I just have 3 books that I got as gifts and I'm not interested in. I have a yoga book and another yoga book, and then I have one with like techniques for relaxation. I never even took it out of the packaging, so I think that can go into a little free library as well. So that's it for my unhaul. All the other books are in boxes. So yeah, wish me luck for the move. Let me know which book you've unhauled recently, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!